The desert didn't just kill, it erased. No wind, no insects, just the suffocating silence of a world picked clean. Drake was a ghost in boots, dragging a broken body through a rust-colored graveyard until he found the impossible. A severed horn bleeding liquid gold. It wasn't water. It tasted like molten copper, honey, and voltage. A concoction that knit his split skin and erased days of agony in a single violent swallow. It felt like waking up from a coma to the scream of a supernova. But miracles in this wasteland always come with a steep price tag. She appeared from the shimmering heat haze, blue skin like deep ocean, armor grown from bone. Kaya of the tethered. She didn't thank him for finding her missing horn. She put a blade to his throat. That gold nectar was her symbiont, her immortality, stolen by a desperate man. By the laws of her people, Drake wasn't just a thief, he was now her vessel. Every beat of his heart was a debt unpaid. Their truce was forged in plasma fire. Corporate drones, the mindless enforcers of the Eaters, descended upon the canyons. In the chaos, a strange geometry emerged. When Drake took a plasma hit meant for her, the wound vanished in golden light, but Kaya screamed. The pain was shared. The life force was a closed loop. They were two bodies running on one engine. It reminds you, doesn't it? How we are often bound to strangers by survival long before we are bound by love. They sought shelter in a derelict orbital station, a steel corpse floating in the void. There, the truth settled like dust. The symbiont was finite. 50 years of life, now split between them. They were batteries draining twice as fast. Yet, amidst the rust and cold vacuum, intimacy bloomed. Not soft, but desperate and necessary. Then came Captain Marcus Hale, a man in a clean suit with dirty hands. He offered Kaya a devil's bargain. A new, pure symbiont in exchange for Drake's spinal data. Immortality for betrayal. Kaya accepted, stepping away, leaving Drake to the chains. But deception is a warrior's art. In a blur of black metal and red veins, she slaughtered Hale's squad. "I don't want to be whole," she spat, ending Hale with a throw of her blade. "I want to be free." But the cost was steep. Kaya lay dying on the shuttle floor, the severed link draining her. Drake made the only choice left. He sliced his palm, then hers, pressing the wounds together. A blood ritual. The symbiont surged, seeking equilibrium. Not his, not hers. Theirs. Two hearts. One pulse. On a moon of glass and methane, they made a pact. With 25 years left, they wouldn't run. They would burn the corporate empire down. It's the kind of reckless hope that starts revolutions, the belief that time matters less than how you spend it. Their war began. They hit harvest facilities, freeing the tethered from extraction tanks. But victory tasted like ash. On Kepler 42b, they pulled a silver-haired elder from the machinery, only to watch her die in their arms, whispering of freedom. Or so they thought. 6 months later, the endgame, Arcturus Station, the heart of the beast. With a ragtag fleet of rebels, they launched a suicide run to save 300 prisoners. The fighting was visceral, a chaotic dance of kinetic energy. Drake and Kaya moved as one organism, anticipating thoughts before they formed. But they were overwhelmed. Just as Drake prepared to sacrifice himself to blow the reactor, the impossible walked through the door. The silver-haired woman, alive, glowing gold. The bond hadn't just linked Drake and Kaya, it had broadcast healing energy to those they touched, a wireless network of life defying the cold logic of the machine. "You freed us," she said, an army of survivors at her back. Now, we return the favor. With the reinforced tethered tearing the station apart from the inside, they evacuated every last soul. They watched from their transport as Arcturus collapsed into a star of debris, a monument to greed turned to dust. In the reflection of the viewport, Drake saw them both, scarred, exhausted, but alive. The fire of the burning station painted their shadows into one. They had 25 years on the clock. A short time for a life, but an eternity for a legend. Hand in hand, they turned their gaze to the stars, ready to make every second bleed history.